Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Real quick, I wanted to make this video so where maybe it can help you at home, or maybe just where it'll make you aware to kind of get some stuff together. And this is all because of the storms that have passed through our area yesterday morning real early. I do hope each one of us will take time throughout this night and say a prayer for those who have been affected by this storm. Also pray for the souls of those who lost their lives, and for the family members that has to continue on. There is a lot of damage in different cities, different areas, small communities and large. And from homes, businesses, schools, even a hospital had some damage. Like I say, I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible, but I've talked to some other people, and they said, you know, if we were just, we had some kind of a knowledge or just some stuff that we could get together at home, to where we could have it, and maybe somewhere also we could go to. So real quick, something I want to touch on is that right there. I want you to sit down and take a moment, write down some names and phone numbers of your family members, also of people you work with, people you go to church with, those you go to school with. Just sit there and think somebody who's close to you. Because remember, through any disaster, it's always better to have a team, more than one, helping each other. You have a greater chance of survival than going at it on your own. I know that over the years through my training, it has helped me. I've been through quite a few storms myself in my life. But like I say, this is right here sitting on the table is a preparedness kit. This is my preparedness kit. This is what I've got packaged up for myself. But you also can build one just like it. Some people call it a bug out kit, and they say they're bugging out when something happens, a disaster. And who knows? Like in the last week or so, week or 2 weeks, there was a training that took place where 9 states were involved. 9 states throughout the middle of the United States here. And through these 9 states, they trained in case of an earthquake. They all had the trials and everything from your local police officers to your paramedics, EMTs, your hospitals, nurses, doctors, your law enforcement, all the way up to the state and federal. I believe even, well, I better not say it, but I really think that the Red Cross and FEMA was involved in that too. So real quick, what I've done here, each day that you are faced with a disaster and you're on your own before help gets there, you're going to go through about a gallon of water a day. That's what you're going to end up either drinking, using, and so forth. So you want to sit there and kind of pack and think about your kit, being able to have a kit that can last 3 days, so where you can survive, just in case this does take place. Now, in my kit, I have 3 gallons of water. So right in there, I'm almost assured that I'll have enough water to drink for 3 days. It's 24, 48, and 72 hours of water, and also maybe to wash with. But it's clean water. You got to make sure that you don't want to be drinking no dirty water. You don't know what's going to happen with your water, just like with us here in Kentucky. We were faced with a disaster here that hasn't happened in over 100 years. That's what I was told. But they said that the water had went down on us. We lost electricity, grocery stores, everything had shut down. Telephone, even communications, internet, cable, we lost it all. And it was gone, like I say, for a good 2 weeks, if not longer. And through that time, we wasn't able to drink the water. It finally got to a point where they said, hey, you can't drink the water no more. So we had to get the water shipped in to us. So that's what you want to think about. You got to have water to drink. 3 days without water, you'll start to dehydrate, start to hallucinate. You can go longer than that without food, but water's a must. You have to have water. And let's see here, some other items I want to touch base on. You want to also pack enough clothes for that 3 days. Like right here, I've got a bag. I've got 3 pairs of jeans. I got clothes to sleep in. Something after my day where I can lay down. I got some clothes to sleep in. I carry extra socks because if I'm out walking around, usually mostly after disasters, it's going to be a mess, trash everywhere, and it always seems like it's wet for a while. So I always carry extra socks. Plus the socks I can also use to cover my hands. If say I don't have any gloves, say if I didn't, I could use them for gloves. Or say I want to reach and get something and I just don't want to get my hands dirty, I could also have the gloves. Or to keep you warm if it's cold out. But anyway, like I say, that's what you want to carry with you. You want to also carry your toothbrush, your personal hygiene, whatever it may be, razor. I carry a razor. I carry deodorant, shampoo. But take it easy. You can go 3 days without washing your hair. Okay, because remember, this is all the water you got for 72 hours. That's what you want to put in your mind. That water is yours. So for each person that's on your team, you really need a bottle of water per day for that person. When I say a bottle of water, I mean a gallon of water. Now, I also, if you look here, I also have a bag here, and in this bag, I also carry some toilet paper. And people laugh when I say that. But when you're out on your own and you're having to survive, trust me, this is a must. But in this bag here, I carry blankets, pillows, something that you can put in here, just nothing big, nothing real pretty, just something that I can have that's clean that I can sleep on. I also carry my washcloths and towels with me here in this bag. And then, like I say, if I do carry an extra pair of bed clothes in this bag. But always remember to pack toilet tissue, it's a must. Now right here in this bag, I carry this one that carries all my medical supplies, bandages, peroxide, alcohol, these wet naps, whatever you want to call them. But and also carry a book on first aid. I carry different items. If you use medications, make sure you got some extra medications packed up in your survival kit. As you can tell here, I've got medication packed. You want to make sure that when you leave the house that you have this, and you want to go through about every 30 days and rotate your stuff out. Most of your stuff you won't have to rotate out for a good long while, but as clothes set or anything else sets for a while to give it a musky smell. So anyway, you want to go through, put something on your calendar, make a mark, and say, okay, hey, look, this time of the month's coming up, I'm gonna need to check my goodie bag. Go in there. You want to go through everything. Make sure your survival kit's up to date. Now back here, I carry 3 days worth of food for myself. Now, just anything. I carry canned meats. I carry canned foods. But remember, you guys have a can opener for some canned foods. So you got to make sure you carry a can opener in here. You might want to carry an extra plate, an extra pan. But I always try to carry extra spoons, stuff to cook with, paper towels. Also, if you sunflower seeds, you can take those, but you got to watch it. Anything that's salty, you got to watch it because that means you're going to be drinking more of this. So kind of watch your salt intake for your first days out there. I carry a loaf of bread. I carry fruit cups. You also want to watch the sugar content on those. But if you can pack up stuff, like here's some banana chips. They're dried banana chips. Also have other fruit bags in here. As you can see, it's like a trail mix. And this one here is a tropical trail mix. So these are items that will be used while I'm out and gone. I carry extra drinking cups. Also carry, I got canned sardines, cans of Spam. I carry peanuts. I got tuna. And I also have a pan and some snack cakes. Now, most of you, when you build your kit, you want to think about, just in case you come up and somebody on your team has got children, pack a storybook, or pack a couple of little toys for them. A little girl's toy, a little boy's toy. Have something small, but it's something that can occupy their time while you're going through this. Also, you want to make sure you have a radio. The radio, you want to make sure you got a weather band on it. If you have a radio that is battery operated, you'll have to carry extra batteries. Along with your flashlight. Now they do sell radios that crank. I don't have mine with me. Somebody's borrowed it. But anyway, but whatever you do, find one that's got a weather band on it. Even during the ice storm, we even lost our radio station, our local radio station. So we couldn't communicate that way. You want to have some of these dust masks, and the reason for that, yeah, when you're out in all these elements, it'll help guard you against some viruses by keeping your mouth, anything through here closed up, covered up. When you come in contact with others who may not be as sanitary or clean, or maybe they've been without food or water or personal hygiene. And then also, if you're having to get in and maybe look for somebody who's missing in say a house that is down, or a building, and as you go in to search for them, you'll want to wear this because of all the stuff that's in the air, dust, whatever. Also carry a pair of goggles. These goggles will keep anything from getting into your eyes. These here are what they call non-fogging. That's a real must. But if you're going to go and do stuff, be around dusty areas, where you're going to be in and out of houses, or looking for people, or just make sure you wear the goggles. I also carry these things right here. It's a horn. You can honk it. It's like you get on a boat, fishing boat. You're going fishing. A lot of fishermen have this, or probably skiers. But anyway, I always carry that. Keep that in my kit. That way, if I'm somewhere and I can't yell or nothing, I'll have that close by. I can pop that, and that people can hear it. They can hear it from a distance. I also carry with me a whistle. That whistle also I can blow it. I keep that around my neck when I leave when I know a disaster's hit, or if I'm under the gun, say, hey, look, get prepared, tornado warnings. I'll go ahead and put my whistle around my neck. That way I have it. That way, if a house falls on me or something, and if I'm trapped, maybe I can get enough energy or enough to blow this whistle. Also, like I say, when you carry your flashlights, make sure you check your batteries every so often. Go through once a month. I say once a month. A lot of people say no, longer than that. But go through once a month. Check everything out. Make sure it's working. Put it back. Check your dates on your batteries. Always make sure you got a flashlight. And make sure it works. I always tell everybody to have something to carry with you. And I'm not really saying to defend yourself. I'm hoping that everybody's going to be willing to help each other. But maybe a stray animal, and the animal itself is going to probably be nervous, scared, lost, confused, hungry, looking for food. You may have to use this. Just kind of protect yourself. It's like I say, it's pepper spray. You can get it almost anywhere. Or carry you a knife with you. And like I say, it's for protection. You can use the knife to carve sticks for your kindling, for your fire. If you go to light a fire, make sure you're far enough away from anything that, and make sure you don't smell gas leaking or anything. You know, try not to start a fire unless you have to. Also stress that road maps. Have a local road map with you for the streets in your area. Also have road maps for your state, because if say all communications blocked down, the city's been destroyed, and you're having to hike out, you want to know what roads, you know, like if you come up on the road, put it on your map where you don't go back with it. This road's been hit. You know, make a mark on your map. Always have a telephone book. Even though you may not have communications, telephone books has addresses to doctors' offices, hospitals, you know, law enforcement. Their addresses are in the phone book. Use this in your survival kit. Also, I carry a tarp. I have a tarp or plastic, something that if I'm having to sleep outside because say the house is too damaged for me to sleep in there, then I got something that can build me a little shelter during the night to get me through. May have to use this for 3 nights. Maybe it's raining, or maybe just keep me somewhere where I can have something over my head. Anyway, you can get these at a lot of hardware stores. Then right here, what I've done here, this here is a must. You want to write down your phone numbers and everything like that of your contact information, your doctors, your medicines you're taking, kinfolk, all that. Have it in an envelope and have one set up so where you can carry it with you. So you know you want to take it, fold it, and have your plastic bag. Get some plastic bags, good size plastic bags. You can put this information in. So as you're carrying this, you'll have this on your body. I always tell everybody, take some pictures of your family. You know, right on the back of the photo. Mom, dad, sister, brother. That way, if say something happens to you, maybe you get hit in the head, you don't know who you are, and maybe they find you, they look at the pictures, they see pictures, and say, hey, look, here's some of your kinfolk, and on there, put their address, their phone number, a contact number on the back of the picture. That way, when somebody comes to claim you, then the officials, law enforcement, or doctors, they'll say, oh yeah, we got that photo. Yes, you're good. Come on in. Another time, what I tell people is, with this information that you have, you can also put it in a plastic bag, put it in your refrigerator, in your deep freeze part of the refrigerator. Put it up there and just leave it. Every so often go back through, update it. Say if your neighbor moves away, you got a new neighbor, you know their name, put their name, contact information, so if something does happen, they can go to your neighbor. Or say you had to flee, the information's still in there when the law enforcement gets there, and when search and rescue gets there, they can find it. They can contact your people, those who you want to be contacted. Now, I always tell everybody, take a notepad, carry one, and an ink pen. You want, or a pencil, or an ink pen, whatever. Just what you want to do is make like a little diary. And what that'll do, that'll help you when, as you go through, it helps you. You can sit there and gather your thoughts together, write down what you've been through, and what your mission is, what you got laid out to go do. As you do that, then when you're done, you can go back and say, oh wow, I've done this, that helped, this didn't help, I tried this, it worked, but that didn't. Also, if you can remember, always try to keep some tools with me, and the tools, you never know when you may have to have them. But like, get with your gas company and your water company before you go do this. Make sure you contact them, and they can show you the proper way of shutting off your gas or your water to your house. That way, if you have to leave, you can cut those items off, or if you think there's a leak, you'll know how to cut them off. Like say, have that in your survival kit, some tools. You might want to put like a little handsaw in there to cut down wood, or to cut down to maybe make a hose so where you can put your tarp over as you build your shelter. I always try during, especially this, when spring's coming on, temperature is going to be changing so quickly, highs and lows. and we'll be under the gun quite a bit. We'll have to adapt to that during that time, but I always try to keep my fuel tank just like I do in the winter. Don't let it get below a half a tank in my vehicle, and I always try to keep one vehicle out from under any trees if you can at all. Have one so where you say, okay, look, if I have to go, maybe there's a chance this and here will survive and I can get out. Excuse me. You never know, but it's just some suggestions to kind of get you thinking and talking to each other. Like I say, get with your friends, whether it's on Facebook or your neighbors, someone that goes to church with you, or even your pastor, or your principal at school, other students, or teachers. Get with them, come up with a plan and say, hey, look, and just in case something happens here like it did in the other cities, I really am interested in starting a plan, or maybe getting a team of people. You choose your team. That way, if something happens, you want to meet, say, once a month, you say, okay, look, this month we're going to meet at Bill's house, and next month we'll meet at Joe's house. Whatever you do, come up with these ideas. That way, if something happens, you'll try to go to that place, then have another, say, okay, now if something happens at his house or her house, go to the next place. But try to, that way for your children, with their grandparents or whatever, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. But wherever you may say, hey, this is going to be our safe place, this is going to be where I want you to be. If this happens, you got your phone numbers. Make sure your children carry the phone numbers on their person. It would be nice if the young men would carry it in their wallet, or the young girls carry it in a purse, but something that they'll always have kind of with them. Cell phones are great. iPads, trust me, I love mine. I carry it everywhere. If your battery goes dead, you can't access that information. If the electricity's off, eventually that phone with all that information is going to go dead. Put some stuff on paper. Like I say, carry some plastic bags with you. Keep your valuable stuff. Now, when during the ice storm, what we found out, and I've seen this time and time again since I've done disasters, I get somewhere, electricity be off, they can't write checks, you can't use credit cards, so what do? You have to have cash. So I try to put you some money back. So don't let people know how much money you're putting back, but think, okay, I'm out there on my own, I'm getting low on my water, I'm getting low on my food, but there's a little store open down the road. He says I can buy from him if I have cash. May cost me a little bit more right now, but he's willing to sell stuff to me. I'd go ahead and pay for it, get the cash. Make sure he writes your receipt or something showing that you paid for the items. That way, if for some reason law enforcement stops you, don't think nothing about it. They may search you, ask you, well, have you got a receipt for this, this, and this. Try to keep receipts on your stuff, because we all hate to hear this, but during a time of a disaster or something bad happening, some people have a tendency to want to take from others. So you've got to have to kind of guard your stuff, find somebody you can trust, but also watch out for those who may try to take what you got. Avoid conflict, but also be safe. Be aware of your surroundings. I always tell everybody, go in numbers. If you go anywhere, say if somebody's going to go to the store, try to have 2 or 3 to go to the store. Always have a partner whenever you're doing. If you're going to go and say, hey, I'm going to run over here and go to the bathroom or something, have a partner. And you may say, well, it's disgusting. It's a disaster. You're going to have somebody with you to make sure you're safe. Who knows, you might get over and get snake bit. At least somebody else could run back and say, hey, look, this has happened. But whatever you do, I need you to train together with your family and friends. Teach your children what I taught you here. Try to remember that, like during the storms, when it goes out, say you're at the very last minute, I don't know where to go, it's too late to run, too late to leave the house. through my training and what people have taught me, either you get into an interior closet, small room, sometimes a bathroom. A lot of people get in the bathtub. But wherever it is, it's an interior room with less windows. Okay, so that's what it's all about. It's really less windows around you for broken glass and debris to be flying in. And I do wish you the best, and through it, I hope you're never faced with a disaster in your life. But if you do, I hope maybe some of this information here will help you, and maybe you can tell it to others. Like I say, you got to make sure you carry batteries, carry some tools, some knives, something that you can protect yourself with, tools to work with. A shovel would be good, because you may have to use that to bury your garbage, because you don't want to keep your garbage out and stay at the same place, because that brings on disease too. If someone in your group comes down and they get ill or sick, lack of something, or just catches a cold from being outdoors, or a flu comes in with, remember, try to keep them away from the population. What I'm saying is, have them to stay either ahead of the pack while you're walking or behind. More likely they're going to be slower getting around, so kind of watch them. Have some people that's going to make sure you wear gloves, and that's another thing. Make sure you have gloves to, in case someone gets hurt, you want to wear gloves in case somebody's bleeding. A lot of times during these storms, there will be broken glass, nails, wood, steel, debris of all kinds. And so you got to kind of watch that. I always try to make sure I got 2 pairs of shoes, a pair of boots, for getting out of the rough terrain. And once I'm out of the rough terrain, then I'm putting on a pair of boots. If I see I'm going to be doing quite a bit of walking, where I'm away from a lot of debris, but I'm going to be walking and moving with my team. Make you a good team. Come together. Whatever you do, say your prayers, and I wish you the best. I think it's going to be about it. Like I said, I think I've kind of touched on everything. I believe I have. I believe everything's covered. I know you can do it if you have to. Ladies and gentlemen, each and every one of you, may God be with us all. Take care, my friends. Thank you.